Hello. All right. Welcome to the 1st of September. I thought maybe I'd pull a few cards from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck by Jill Pyle. Ooh, got one that pulled out already. All right. Oh, we got a couple here. So... So this one and this one both fell out. This one was the top of the deck. All right. So what I thought was maybe we would do the inner child, present self, higher self reading. Let me just move these cards up a little. All right. There we go. Okay, so let's see. The first card for your child, inner child, is health checkup. And then the second card representing the present self is sound healing. And then the third card, which is from your higher self, is nourish your temple. All right. So this is very interesting. Your inner child with the health checkup. I maybe when you were little or smaller, you didn't receive the medical health care that you should have had. Doesn't mean physically, can mean mentally as well. A lot of generations in the past, it wasn't really a big deal, mental health. And luckily nowadays, mental health is considered just as important as your physical health. So, it could have been that you went through some real challenging times as a child, things that you shouldn't have gone through and suffered, therefore, because you needed possibly to have counseling, or just someone in your household to listen to you, to validate you. If you were going through a traumatic time, you probably didn't have anyone to talk to or that would listen to you, that you felt would listen to you. So, it's just kind of like a reassurance to your inner child that now that you're grown, that you will take better care of yourself. You are more important in a healthy aspect. You're more important to a lot of people than you probably even realize. If you feel like you need to get the help to resolve those childhood traumas, that would probably be the first step, is embracing your inner child. There's a lot of people that work with people that have childhood trauma, neglect, things like that. So, I'm not a doctor or psychologist or anything like that, but I'm just simply going by what the card is indicating. And to me, it seems that that's something to visit, perhaps, is maybe, try to get in touch with that inner child and find out see what they need, make sure they know that they're loved and cared for, and they'll never have to go through what they went through ever again. The reassurance, and just to let them know that how much they're cared for, and if they're feeling sick in any way, shape, or form, they will be listened to and get the help that is needed. So, and then the second card here is sound healing for the present self. And what I love about sound healing is that you can listen to music, you can listen to anything like that, all different kinds of music on YouTube Music, and Spotify, I'm sure, and all the other music channels. Try to stick with a high vibrational sound. Something 432 hertz or higher is usually recommended. You could ring a bell. You can, if you have a sound bowl, like I have one right over here, a little sound bowl, you can see. And, you could just kind of, hit it like that or like that and just kind of rotate this around. So, yeah, I would really, you can look on YouTube. There's tons and tons of music that have higher vibrational frequencies. Be kind of careful about listening to anything that feels kind of low vibrational all the time. But, you want to keep your vibrations nice and high, just because it's better for your own well-being, I feel like. Yeah, one of my favorite things is the sound bowl. I have a bell, which, just ring a bell. Also, let's see if I can find it real quick. Oh, I don't see it in here, but anyways, yeah, so maybe look into a little bit of a sound healing, try to relax. You can also meditate to music, practice breath work, things like that. This also helps relieve a lot of anxiety, in a lot of people. That's why we like to listen to music, right? I don't know, it makes us feel better in ways other things can't. So that's definitely a thing. And then, as far as the higher self, your higher self is letting you know that you need to pay a little closer attention to, what you're eating, what you're listening to, whatever it is that you're absorbing. You want to make sure that it is nourishing for the heart, body, mind, soul, all of the above. So that's, your temple is your body. So, you know, a lot of things are reflected. If you're malnourished anywhere in your body, there'll be something that happens. You'll contract a disease, or something like that. So you want to make sure that that you're really tuning into your body. Listen to your body. It will tell you what it needs. It really will. Connect with that heart chakra and connect with your solar plexus. As you can see, that's the heart chakra. That's the solar plexus. And just be in touch with your body in general. Stay grounded. It just looks like she's so peaceful in that picture. Like she's really vibing to her nourishment, and on the outside just produces such beauty. It's like, wow, she really is caring for herself. So yeah, just pay attention to what you're ingesting, that means, what music you're listening to, the food you eat, the liquids you drink. It could be certain people that are around you. You want to do like a vibe check, if they're not really good for you, it's going to be very apparent. I feel like pulling a card for each of these from my tarot deck. Let's see. I don't know. I wasn't planning on doing that, but I just feel like I should probably do that. Let's see. I'm going to bring out the old Rider-Waite Tarot. This was my very first tarot deck for recommendation. And I recommend it too, And let's see. I'm going to shuffle this a few times here. Cards. I've been working with the Light Seers deck for a while, and they're a little bit smaller, more like a playing card size, and this is a little bit longer. So my little baby hands sometimes have trouble shuffling the normal way or the usual way that I do it. So bear with me here. Let me give it one more. Okay. Ooh. Just kind of go through them. So for the inner child, let's see what comes up. You want to get a health checkup for your inner child. What are they talking about? What are they talking about with the health checkup for the inner child? What are they talking about for the health checkup for the inner child? All right. Okay. We have Six of Pentacles, or Six of Cups, I'm sorry. Actually, yep, Six of Cups. All right. So Six of Cups. It looks like that when you were younger, there was people around you that that knew what your situation was. They didn't agree with your situation on how you were being treated, how you were being raised. They were in a position that they couldn't butt in or say anything because that would have a direct impact on you, and you would essentially get the direct impact of that, which would be anger. And but they're letting you know that these people, they were around you. It could have been 6 people around you that were quite well aware what was going on. And so in the tiniest of little bit of ways that when they did see you, they try to brighten your day. They try to make you happy. So this is telling me there was there was people who really did care about you. They just didn't feel like they could be involved. Let me move this up. That they couldn't get involved enough to get you the help that you truly needed, So, they couldn't probably do anything. It could have been just the one person that could do something for you happened to be too close to the situation and didn't do anything. So, that's kind of interesting how I felt like the little girl, she in this picture, she looks so happy. Like, thank you so much. Like, this person's giving her these flowers. And it's all for her. And it's just kind of like saying, hey, I know what you're going through. I know what your struggle is. I'm aware. Just know I'm in your corner. And, I love you type of message. So I'm going to leave that right there. And then I'm going to pull another card. Let's see. I think I will pull one more for the inner child health checkup. Inner child health checkup. Inner child health checkup. Oops, these all come tumbling out. What is the health checkup for the inner child? Oops. What is the health checkup for the inner child? All right. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So there was very, very slow, very slow. Like you may have been a little bit behind as a child. You know, I see the Knight of Pentacles. Usually the Knights they're more active. Let's see where I'm going to put these. There we go. They're a little bit more active in the sense of, you know, they're about action. Pentacles is kind of like a slow moving, like something that's going to take time. You know, we're talking like a year, probably months to a year or more. So it could have been that you were really stuck in this for many years. This Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So wow, that you really did go through a lot. You went through a lot. You felt very neglected. Even though you did have people around you, it was probably far and few in between, and you were so young and you didn't know how to ask for help. But yet they could see what was going on. They could kind of gather what was going on, and they didn't agree with how you were being treated. They always felt like you deserved so much more, so much more. And it lasted like that for years, probably pretty much most of your childhood. So what could we pull? Let's pull a card to see what steps you could also take to heal your inner child. What steps could you take to heal your inner child? Okay, we're going to go with the one that flew out. All right. Okay, so that's the Eight of Cups. So Eight of Cups, you know, the only thing you could have done is probably ran away. I mean, honestly, some of you may have ran away. I mean, I get that sense of like you just turned around and walked away. Like as soon as you were able to or old enough to, you were out of there. So, you know, as far as now, I mean, you don't have to run away. You don't have to walk away. I would say that you have some shadow work to do. You could, you know, maybe journal about this situation, ask questions, ask, why did I feel like that? Why did I feel like I was neglected? You know, and then see what answers you come up with and just keep questioning those answers. And you're going to come down to the deep-seated, rooted reason for this, for the runaway aspect. I mean, obviously you walked away, ran away because you're tired of being abused, right? So you need to do the shadow work to embrace that inner child and let them know they're safe, they're loved, and they're protected. Okay. And I hope this doesn't trigger anyone. I might put a trigger warning on my video because this feels like it has been going on and you are still suffering even into your adult life. You are still suffering from wounds that have not been healed. And, you know, there's nothing wrong if you need to get with a counselor or a therapist. You know, a lot of people are doing that nowadays. They're embracing the fact that they're unhealed. And the people around them in their lives right now are suffering because they don't have their loved one in their full potential. You know, so if it's been recommended that you seek, you know, to get a therapist or something, I would follow that advice. And there is nothing wrong with that. Nothing. There's so many great people in this world who are therapists, you know. And even if you can't get a therapist, you know, maybe just ask a good friend if they can hold space for you, and if it's a good time for them to kind of talk things out. Journaling is another thing that's really helpful. You know, so this is a process. This isn't going to be something that you're going to probably heal in, you know, 1 or 2, 3 sessions. This is probably going to be for the rest of your life, but you will feel better. You will feel better. Okay. All right. And then the sound healing for the present self. I'm going to pull a card on that one. I feel like that's just some great advice, you know. I don't think there's anything triggering about that. But let's see. I'm just going to pull a card in regards to the present self using sound healing as a tool for healing. I mean, that could be one aspect of help for yourself. There's so many things you can do in this world, you know, that is therapeutic and, you know, that you can give to yourself. Let me see here. So, all right, I'm going to see if I can get a card. All right. Wow. Okay. Well, you know. Okay. So this is the Eight of Pentacles. And, you know, this is just an idea, but have you ever thought of creating your own music? You know, it doesn't have to be, you have to listen to something. You could play an instrument, you know, maybe you used to play guitar, or maybe you used to play piano, or, you know, some kind of musical instrument. I highly recommend, I mean, just based off of the cards here, you know, maybe you should get back into that. Get back into your music. You know, you really probably enjoyed it at one point in your life. You were able to express yourself, and I really highly recommend that. And, you know, even if you've never picked up a musical instrument, it's never too late to try. Never, you know, if you want to learn some guitar chords, you want to play a few little songs on the piano, you don't even have to be great at it. It's like an expression. You can bang a drum, you know, drumming is really popular and very therapeutic. So yeah, I mean, maybe you should get into your music. Also, sound healing, a lot of times you can use that in conjunction with another creative thing. Like, maybe you like to paint and you like to listen to music while you paint, and it just really, really helps you, to be present with yourself. Yeah, so I would recommend, maybe picking up an instrument or, bang on a drum, something, you might want to try that. Or if you're creating art, painting, drawing, sketching, that type of thing, put on some good tunes and just, go for it. Just do it. So I feel like, that in itself is just kind of like, yeah, that's great advice, excuse me. All right. And then for your higher self, to nourish your temple, what could this person do to nourish their temple? What could this person do to nourish their temple, Spirit? What would be something good for this person to do to nourish their temple? One more time. Told you, baby hands. Nourish the temple. All right, well, it looks like we had one card fall out. Let me see. Oh, okay, so, oh man, that looks like it would be kind of scary. Five of Pentacles. There was a change that happened. Maybe you received some news fairly recently that you have a health issue that is stemming from just not taking care of yourself, or an addiction or something. But in this card, I feel like the change is for the better. I feel like this is going to be a change that you are going to just totally embrace. If you're a person that has always had issues, health issues, addiction problems, you can do this. You can change your course. You can do it. I mean, the Five of Pentacles, the fives are usually change. Pentacles, it's slow, but this is in reverse. So I feel like it's actually going to be a little faster. So if you say, like, just an example, your diet, okay, you decided you're no longer going to eat meat. Well, it's probably a decision that's being made for you by your body, by your temple. You might feel like your body is totally rejecting meat right now. And that could be exactly what is needed, maybe for a little while. Definitely check with your doctor before you start any serious diets or anything like that, just to make sure that you're in okay enough health to go without certain proteins, or, just maybe get educated a little bit more on vegetarianism or veganism. I've heard that it is the best thing you can do for your body. So that's just an example. You could just change your diet. If you feel like you're having trouble eating meat, it doesn't taste as good, the texture is kind of grossing you out, roll with it. Because I'm telling you what, your higher self wants you to nourish your temple, and your higher self wants you to feel better. Okay. So problems in the past, say like as a younger adult or child, inner child, or child, maybe you had weight issues, and it could be all along, if you would have just not eaten meat, those health issues would have cleared up. But I feel like this is more of a mental health. So, but this, yeah, definitely Five of Pentacles in reverse. There is nothing but good that's going to come out of that. All right. And it's going to be a quick change. It's going to be like one day you're eating meat, next minute you're like, I'm done. And you might go back to it every once in a while and have meat, but I think for the most part, you're probably done with it. So let me just, one more time here. All right. Okay, so I'm going to pull the top card on that. Knight of Swords reversed. Oh my goodness. All right, so you probably had some ideas in the past on how to take care of your body, and you probably have second guessed yourself because you're like, no, because I read this and it said not to do that, blah, 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 blah. This is saying that basically this is very action oriented, usually, but it's stifled. It's like the action you want to take is being stifled or stopped. And I feel like it's like you're standing in your own way. So, in order to nourish your temple, could be that you're the one that's standing in your own way of a healthier lifestyle. And, I'm feeling like you're worrying about other people and what they think, what they're going to say. Oh, like again, with just an example, you want to go vegetarian. Well, the people in your household may not want to go vegetarian. And maybe they're a little defensive because you're talking about it. And they're like, well, I'm going to eat meat. I don't care what anybody says. You don't have to, I wouldn't worry about what they think and what they say. Okay. I'm telling you, if your body is rejecting meat and you're feeling sick from eating it, stop eating it. Okay. This is a good indication that, to me, my impression is that you're worrying about what other people think, and that is standing in your own way. All right. It's not a sabotage. It's just that, get out of your own way. Don't worry about, it's none of your business what other people think. It really is. It isn't, it's none of your business. So let them carry on. They can eat their meat, be happy. If that's what makes them happy, great. Wonderful. But this is a personal thing. Whatever you do to decide to nourish your temple, nourish your vessel, is completely up to you. Okay. So I just want to say, this is a very interesting reading for the 1st of September. I wish I could have you see all of these cards. There we go. So, we've got the health checkup for the inner child, the sound healing, and then the sound healing for your present self, and then nourish your temple for your higher self. All right. And then I just want to say that I'll try to get on here a little more often and do these readings. I just do them as Spirit tells me, or whenever I'm inclined to. So it's just like it's one of my favorite things. I love the cards and I love the stories. So anyways, if you'd like, you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to have some interesting topics, that I'll do tarot on. I still want to talk about crystals and things like that. But again, I just, whatever I record is what Spirit guides me to do. So that's why I'm here. And anyways, I hope you all have a great day today, and bless be. Take care.